Introduced everyone, I'm a blessing in disguise. Storytellers broaden our mind. They engage, provoke our thoughts sometimes. They inspire us and ultimately do something that is unsettling inside yourself, which is looking into yourself. Now, we need storytelling. Otherwise, life will keep going on and on and on, and it will become boring and dragging at some point in time, right? And it's been said that the third most thing that you need in life after quenching your thirst and your hunger is to hear stories and share stories with everyone else. That's what keeps you civil. Stories are not just powerful, they encourage you, they move boundaries, they take you on uncharted territories, and then finally they tie you down and make you introspect into yourself. Today, our speaker, my speaker Jayan, did something very similar to what I was telling all of you in the most subtle, peaceful and sensitive way. Now, those of you who know Jayan would know that Jayan has taken a huge risk and challenge today by trying on a topic this formal, sensitive and peaceful. Jayan must have gone through a lot of practice, and the first thing I wanted to come and congratulate him here today is that I think you have done great to yourself, broken all odds, by even attempting to give a speech that breaks the myth of what Jayan will do in Toastmasters. For that, kudos to you. Now, Jayan, there are a lot of things that I loved about your speech, but the thing that I loved most was this Jayan 2.0. Now, because 2.0 fever is going on everywhere, right? And when I watched the movie, when I wanted to watch the movie, the one thing that I kept telling myself was, this is nice, it's flamboyant, it's flabbergasting, but there's no story in it. Now, Jayan 2.0 was all the contrary. There was this effective story that he conveyed to all of you, and I'm sure it let you sail into your own insecurities in your own childhood and how you overcame it. Jayan, to congratulate you first, I think you nailed the concept very well. You first briefed the concept, which was, to be a good performer, it's not just your potential, but you need to get rid of your internal interference. Then you went on to a story, you set the context. Then you mentioned the concept one more time. And then you went deeper into it, and then you proved to us that it is you inside your own self that you need to find out. What I loved most in your speech was that it was very simple. The language was connecting directly with all of us, disbarring the first few 1 minutes. And when you mentioned about all of this, I was thinking, where is the topic going to connect back? And when you said, have a dialogue with that you, I think it coined so beautifully, and I think you did it superbly well. Now, the challenge for a seasoned speaker like you is, how do I do better? And there is a lot of stress that goes on into the mind of a speaker like you, because you're always thinking, what are people judging me for? What could I have done differently? Well, that judgment comes through, especially in an advanced club like this, because people are thinking, it was nice, but something would have been different. The only thing that I think that you could have done differently was, you could have demonstrated a few scenes in your beautiful story. You did not move from this podium at all. I would have loved for at least the bathroom mirror scene to have happened directly. You went and stood in front of the bathroom mirror, as we would have catapulted into what would have happened. Or the part where your dad kept taking you back to hospitals, maybe, he could have held his hand, or you could have moved around or something. Jayan, storytelling is a very difficult thing to do, and you have always tried and done different things. Today, I think, was one of your best efforts in conveying a beautiful story that took us back to our childhoods. Thank you.